Hello, YouTube. Welcome to this week's geek discussion about Loki, episode 1. This is Will.
This is Steve.
Did you forget
And Alil has such a smug face on him right now.
that? Why am I smug?
He's so happy, but we're happy as well. But your just happiness is just, ugh.
Are we? Are we all happy? I don't know.
But this is Sean. What's up?
So Loki, episode 1. I didn't think I was being smug. I'm just talking. Just talking and sitting in my Marvel Spider-Man chair with my Marvel
That
background.
is a smug fucking face you have right now.
Loki. I'm just gonna go with that. I loved it. I love Tom Hiddleston. I think he's fucking fantastic. I think he can play a smug asshole. I think he can play. You can feel for him. You can feel for the guy, even though he's the villain. He can be heroic. Not yet here, but I mean it's. And fucking Owen Wilson. I love this because to me, Kevin Feige direction, here is like, Owen, we're gonna bring you into this series, and I just want you to be Owen Wilson. That's it. Because that's him this whole time, and I loved it. I love Owen Wilson. Just that's it. I'm already loving this series. It's one episode in. There was really no big action sequence outside of rehashing Avengers and Endgame.
Sean, you're not looking at his face. He can't even stop smiling while he's talking.
I know.
All right. Steve, what did you think of Loki episode 1?
I thought it was all right. I liked it. I thought Owen Wilson was great. I thought Tom Hiddleston was great. I liked it. It had a lot of the best of the best hits, the greatest hits of the Avengers movies and stuff in there. The only thing that I took umbrage with a little bit was that Infinity Stone shit, where they're like, oh yeah, we use them as paperweights. Like we have tons of these, and I'm like, we just spent 20 movies talking about how important these 6 fucking rocks were, and now you motherfuckers have paperweights. Like, fuck the Eternals not doing shit. What the fuck, guys? What is happening?
That's what the timeline was supposed to do. So I mean,
it's the only thing, like, to minimize the great threat of the Infinity Saga to paperweights seems a little like disrespectful to me.
But see what that to me does is now it amps up the next thing. Like, we were like, you're right, 20 movies, the Infinity Saga, like, holy shit, all this stuff, like, it's the end of the fucking world. And it's like, no, man, this shit's paperweights. What we're getting next is going to be this level. And they laid it out here. They laid it out here. I want to get to Sean's opinion first before I start going through some of the Easter eggs that were dropped here, but they laid out what's coming. It's going to happen, something big that we've talked about that we want to see, and it's going to happen here. But
no,
Sean,
look, I liked the show. I thought it was really good. There was just that one part where I was like,
I get you. I think the first time I watched it too, I was like, it's like, why is there so many Infinity Stones? And then I was like, then I watched it again, and I'm like, okay, I get what they're trying to tell me here. Like, as they're branching all the timelines and cutting this, like, people have tried to do this shit with these Infinity Stones before.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's just a little disrespectful.
And I love that Pillboy was in it because I was a big fan of The Good Place and having Pillboy there. And there was that scene with Loki.
Who was Pillboy?
He was the guy who had the
Infinity
Stones. Who didn't know the
No,
fish.
that's not him.
Yes, he is. He was in A Good Place.
That's not him.
It is him. I just checked it up on. I checked it up on. I'm checking on IMDb.
No, Alil, that's not him.
Check it on IMDb.
Oh shit! Pillboy was his friend.
Yes, it's not Jason. It's not Jason Mendoza. It's his best friend who is hilarious.
That guy's voice. He does the lower decks on Star Trek. The lower decks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And his voice is like so familiar. So I'm like, yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah, that's where I know him from.
Yeah, because he's that's like the kids even because they love A Good Place and they're like, oh my god, it's Pillboy, and I'm like, well, yes, but. This had a Good Place feel in some sense, which I enjoyed. Also, he even called the Tesseract dumb Like, did you guys catch that when Loki like was first handcuffed and Loki's walking away and he's like, "What is this blue? What is this cube thing?" He's like, "It's the Tesseract," and blah blah. And like in the background, he's like, "That's dumb." And I'm like, "Did he call it dumb?" And I put the captions on, and he calls it dumb. And I'm like, they're completely like just dismissing, like you said,
Everything.
Steve, like everything. Like the Tesseract's dumb. Like that's a dumb name. It's like...
I'm saying it's a good show. It's just fucking disrespectful in the first episode. That's all. Fucking goddamn. Slow your roll.
It all
Find
meant
your
nothing.
lane.
It all meant nothing.
Before you start insulting the last 10 fucking years, okay? You first time director, you.
And I love
Stop
that
it.
I love we got Ruby in here. We got another person. I was happy to
From
say-
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country, yeah.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
So
She got her ass kicked. But she...
So she-
Sean, take it away.
I mean, Lil was just glorifying over the whole thing, so I just
was.
don't really know what to say anymore. But it was fantastic. I mean, I woke up at 3 in the morning. I watched it. I enjoyed it. Hiddleston's great. The story premise looks great. I don't want to even guess what's going to happen. I just want to enjoy the ride and not go through all the, this and that. I like seeing Easter eggs. I like seeing a scroll in there. I like seeing
a scroll with the Adidas suit on.
Yeah, I think Peggy Carter was in the background, but I don't know.
I replayed that like 10
posted that.
times. I was like,
Yeah, it looks a lot like her.
It does. I love the animation. That was great. That was very Disney.
Miss Minutes was fucking awesome. Like
I love animation, and that animation was just phenomenally great. Like I loved how it looked. I loved how it
looked authentic.
Yeah. The premise of everything, and it kind of gave you a glimpse of what the timeline is and what the dimensions are, and what's going here, like that. And I enjoy it. I'm just like, man, like what does that button do? What does that button do? Where does that dimension go? What department is that? What is that X for? Like, what's the nightmare dimension? Like, what the fuck is the nightmare department?
When he brought that up, he's like nightmares, and I'm like, oh shit, are we getting nightmare? Where are we going?
Well, anyway, after our everything just blew up in my face right now. But anyway, the nightmare stuff. I want to see that department. Like, there's so many things that are open now. It's just like, fuck, where do we go? So, I love Hero.
One of the things that I did like about it, I know, Sean, although you think I'm poo-pooing the show, but one of the things I did like about the show is that this Loki that we're following now is not the Loki that died in Infinity War. This is the Loki that's 5 minutes older than Avengers. So it's not from Ragnarok or any of those other movies. He's on a completely different trajectory. He's a completely different character, and his motivations are going to be different. His thoughts are going to be different, and I think that's awesome. And it's kind of cool to see like that character move in a different way.
Yeah, he saw his life, but he didn't live it. You know what I mean? So you felt it, which I like that. I like that scene here where he saw.
He fucking died, and it said "end of file," and he was just like, "What the fuck?" Like, I'm a god, and when I died, all you have of me is end of file.
Yeah, it hit him.
Like, he was pissed.
This episode broke Loki. I mean, it broke him when he saw the fucking drawer of Infinity Stones that they were using as paperweights. I even like the scene when when he's got his trial and he's like trying to use his powers that they're laughing at him. They're like, "Oh, I think his powers work here."
I like that the DB Cooper thing is done and over with. That was a big moment in the trailer, and it's just they just did it. They put it out right here.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I wasn't later on.
But I love Owen Wilson's reaction to it. He's like, "You were DB Cooper?"
And Loki's reaction to that is like, "Yeah, I lost a bet with Thor. Like, it was just whatever." Like, this major mystery of the United States history is like Loki lost a bet with Thor. So he did this ridiculous bank heist.
Pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I was
what's
wondering.
His name? And fucking Idris Elba was an accessory.
Yep. Heimdall called him up. So, I mean, I'm trying to think of what else I had written down because I actually wrote some notes because I actually watched the episode 3 times. I haven't done that with any of these other series.
I watched it multiple times too. I thought it was it's just a really great show.
Why? See,
And
rolling your damn eyes, man. Like I did it because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything crazy. Because like even when Miss Minutes was talking, like literally she was like a Nexus level event, madness in the multiverse, and I'm like, oh, you're literally telling me Doctor Strange, like this is the timeline of whatever's happening here is going to be explained.
And
there.
one of those timekeepers looked a lot like King the Conqueror. So
I'm wondering if it's going to be a relation to it in somehow, but
I don't think so.
But when she was talking about multiverse war, I mean that's literally the Secret Wars within the new Secret Wars, not the classic.
If you're talking about like an end all be all of a culmination of all these movies, all these phases, everything, could you imagine like the Avengers multiverse war, where it's just different teams of Avengers?
Yeah, you can start
fighting against each other.
You could just bring in a bunch of different actors to play different versions of Captain America and still have Chris Evans fucking show up.
For sure. Oh, for sure. And he could be in multiple. He could be multiple versions. He could be an evil one. He could be a Russian one. He could be, he could be all these different versions. And what a great opportunity it is for an actor to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like really show your range, really put everything in.
Yeah. I did like the music too. Like it had that weird like ticking clock kind of beat to it, like at certain times.
Very Hans Zimmer, yeah.
And
I like the color palette. It was very like late 70s, early 80s, like a lot of wood panel, a lot of orange.
Yeah. Well, that too, like the old tech. Like everything was like old screens. Like he had a freaking reel-to-reel showing everything, even though it was a fancy-ass screen, it still had a fucking film strip, in it.
Yeah.
And Loki's film strip ended when it's still like flat, 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 flat. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of good comedy here. I mean, like making Loki walk through the fucking like line like a DMV.
That was great.
They made that one dude disappear and
fucking ticket. He's fucking like searching his pockets and shit. He's like, "Oh my god, where's my ticket?" And I even love when Owen Wilson again Owen Wilsonisms. Like he's like, "Oh, you're just a pussycat," and like his reaction to it, he's like, "Because I'm a bad I'm a bad guy. I'm like the worst guy. Like the Avengers were doing this to take away, whatever from me." He's like, "Oh, you're just a little pussycat." And I'm like, what? Just fucking put him right in his place. I mean, I don't know what else is there to say about this episode. I just loved it. Their fucking tool at the TVA is literally a retcon. It's a fucking tool to retcon whatever they fucking want. They could just take out a whole timeline, redo everything.
Yeah.
I like his little Men in Black gun, his little tool that he uses just to rewind him just a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Loki gets a hold of it. He fucks with that one guard.
Yeah, Ruby from. I mean, I did like that. I'm very curious now to see like. I know we're gonna because we see it in the trailers. We see some big action sequences, but like, and we know at the end of this trailer. I mean, spoilers. That the variant that they're after is another Loki. So
is it though? Is it a female Loki?
I think it's gonna be female. I think it's gonna be female Loki because they cast female Loki. We know there's gonna be a female version. We're gonna see a kid Loki version. So,
but we're also gonna see a lot of different Tom Hiddleston Lokis.
Yeah.
In different timelines of him doing all these weird things. And it's not gonna be our Loki that we're following. It's gonna be these different random versions.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I like too about that's why I like the logo too. Like when you see the flipping, like a clock with all the different, because it's all different Lokis from all different timelines. I mean, all these branched timelines. It's kind of crazy.
That's cool, man. They're definitely doing something great. It sucks that it's only 6 episodes, but
and it also sucks that it's coming out once a week because I'm a selfish motherfucker, and all I want to do is just watch all of them.
And I'll be in Disney the last episode. So, I mean, I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'll be in the.
You're gonna melatonin the fuck out of your kids in the fucking pullover. Watch
Just
it.
watch it on my phone if I was driving. No, I mean it's that Wednesday I'll be in the park, so that night when I get back I'll watch it. I mean, we'll be in Disney, of course. I'll have Disney Plus. You guys do whatever you need to do. They're gonna have their own salt and pepper show. That's all right. That's fine with me.
You're gonna call in from the fucking yacht club again, you bitch.
No, I'll be at the Contemporary Resort this time. Sorry.
Oh, the Contemporary Resort. You better call him with your pinky up.
Yo,
I always do.
Salt and pepper show. Salt and
Salt
pepper. I ain't got
and pepper's
nothing.
you.
I don't have nothing going on that weekend, and my family's
I
leaving.
don't have shit going on at any weekend.
All right.
Pepper is here.
And we know how to record now.
There you go.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, thank you for listening on YouTube. Thank you for watching. We'll keep it going, even if they have to do an episode without me, or it'll be 2 weeks until we get a show. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just do my own show live from Disney World that day, talking about it.
You should. Why not?
You should.
Go
We'll
to
compare
YouTube
notes
Live.
after. We'll compare viewers afterwards and
Well,
see how we did.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, you want to do that? Battle of that. All right.
Will you
Alright.
will you be toy hunting when you're away?
When I'm driving down and driving back, yep. I'll be
Toy
stopping.
hunting or statue hunting?
I'll be all
Ooh.
hunting, all kind of hunting. So
Well, he's already had figures, so.
That's true. He is out of figures.
doesn't mean I can't flip them.
Like a flapjack.
This is why I don't care about talking shit now, because you're the villain. You're the villain.
Was that line in Batman? I've lived.
You live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
There you go. All right. Well, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. This is Lil.
This is Sean.
And this is Steven. Until next time, everybody, keep it geeky.